built for the job. Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are heading off to Bellaire Estate, so the far side of Moat, and we're doing what we bought the low loader for, which was put the umbilical system on it. But anyways, we better be on. We're leaving it over tonight and then we're picking it, we'll be spreading it in tomorrow, but yeah, it is some job. But anyways, we'll pick it up in the morning when we get up there, and we'll get her unloaded and we'll get spreading. But have to go live and feed calves now first. So we're here now in Bellaire Estate and we're ready now to get going. So we unload the umbilical system. We have to take off the pump, put it on the back, and yeah, we'll be ready to go then. So we take the straps off and get her unloaded. Unloaded and set up now. So we drive out to a bag of slurry. Unusual, don't see too many of them in the country, seen a few in the UK, but yeah, it's quite literally just a balloon that they just pump the dairy washings into. It's like a bag. We'll see where all we're going and we'll get piped down. I think I'm in the way of the cows. Either that or the cows are going out. I don't know which it is. Oh. So, Father Phil is just hooking up to the bag, which is there. That's what a bag looks like. I'm just laying off the pipe, and we have the fields, 4 fields. One of the things, well, 4 fields, 4 paddocks. It's all, we're on a dairy farm, it's all paddocks. But the paddocks are in the region of 10, 12, 14 acre paddocks. The guts are nearly 50 acres. It's a lot, but it's very comfortable for me because it's you lay down enough pipe to spread that amount of ground and you can get an hour and a half, 2 hours out of a bit of piping. Oh, it's one of the best places to work. When you get into the big fields, that's when you're humming. That's when you're humming. Just make sure Father Phil has enough piping before I go on any further. He has. I have onlookers here, so I don't know what effect is going on altogether. Farmer has the wires dropped for me, so all I literally have to do is just drive across. I always bring a hammer, a claw hammer with us, so we can drop wires where we need to. It's just far easier getting across pipe or getting across into where you need to be. 14 acres here, and that's the first bit of piping. First 270 meters off, so we put another one now. We roll out. So this is quite, yeah, it's quite a bit. You can go down to that hedge, over the brow up to there, and then up back up to the top of them trees up here. But there's some view from up here, especially the other side of the hill. It's a great view. Anyways, we'll get the pipe on. So we're rolled out, ready to go. Something we need to do for next season is put on new lay flat for the droppers. What we'll do for now. So we'll put this on and we are ready to go. On the camera, on the gloves. Yeah, ready to go.
Yeah, ring me back here when you have it.
Okay. Right. But yeah, we did have an early morning this morning. We got up at 6:30. And that is so we can get a good day's pumping done and try and be out here in the one day. We wait for the slurry to come. 14 acre field to do. Paddock, 14 acre paddock. In Ireland that's big. Anyone who's watching outside of Ireland may think that's probably small, but in Ireland that's quite a big cow paddock. Shouldn't take too long because that's a bag of dairy washings. That's where the dairy washing goes, so it's literally pure water. Yeah, have slurry. Yeah, have lots. How heavy? Grand dribbling, yeah. Yeah, that's grand. Okay. About 2 hours, yeah. Okay, bye. We are spreading away. Spreading away. You can see yourself there. It is quite literally water. Dirty water. And you can see the difference having the droplet or the droppers, the yellow lay flat versus the bits that's gone. It kind of spreads it out a little bit. It needs to be replaced for next year. Like, you can't even see what I've done behind me. But anyways, a good 2 hours now ahead of me, going across this field, tipping away, trying beating the band. We're nearly there now. We will have all done and in good time. We're hoping we'll be able to take a few days at the tillage because it's to dry up next week, and we should be all sorted. It's actually, we got a lot of slurry done earlier on in the year when we probably should have been sowing some of the winter corn, but we didn't, and maybe it was all for the best that we done it that way, because if we get the weather that they're promising from the weekend onwards, we'll have no bother. We'll get the winter corn and we'll have the slurry done. So what more can you ask for? This job is the job where I get caught up on myself, because I always end up having hundreds of messages there that I never get back to. That's why some people, you message me on Instagram or message me whatever way you message me and you don't hear back from me for ages, or sometimes you never hear back from me. It's because when I'm at this job, I clear up, try and get through all of that backlog of messages that I haven't been getting to, and then sometimes I end up missing some that fall between the cracks. Sit back and enjoy myself. So I've been spreading away now for I think an hour-ish, and I'm not quite half the field covered, about a third. But the thing I'm really noticing now is this field is very wedge shape. It goes into a point that way, because there's not a lot of a headland that end, there's a lot of a headland up this end. One of the things I have to be careful of as I work my way across the field, because the fields, paddocks are so big, with the amount of piping I have down, as I go sideways, the piping is kind of hard to explain. You can kind of see it there. You can see I have a loop of piping that comes behind me, goes down, and then goes back and around in a loop there. And as I go that way across the field, it's pulling that way, but I keep leaving more and more of the pipe that way along me, and it can start to twist as I go pull it back and forward. Instead of the pipe coming up and down like that, the pipe starts doing this forward and back, and it can twist the pipe. So I have to be careful of that. At a point when I go across the field, I'm going to have to say, right, go for the furthest point into the corner, and then turn back on myself, go back into my line for going up and down, just to drag over more pipe over to that side of the field to avoid the twists coming into the pipe, because they'll only give me trouble, and it's to avoid that. But yeah, I think I've nearly replied to all the messages on my phone, and yeah, we'll keep motoring on, we'll get this field spread. So coming down to the last lock of runs and a bit of short ground, I have done a run across the field to the bottom corner to try and pull piping down, but I still have a lot of piping over there. There's not much I can do about that. There's one thing I could do, and that'll be unhook, turn off, unhook the pipe, drive out, grab the loop and bring it this way, but that could leave hard bend in the pipe. It just time and messing really. So I just hopefully now it doesn't give me any trouble, but I could do just doing the last runs up and along the hedge there. I will not be able to get enough pipe over that side of the field, but or paddock anyways. Also, I was just on a forum there. Shout out to any of the people that are watching this on the forum, taking part in the forum there, on just online, just chatting in a forum about YouTube and that. But yeah, shout out to any of the people that are on that are watching. This job, when everything goes right, it's a dream, and there's nothing too interesting about it except for how you manage the pipe. So yeah, that's it, knock it off. That is it. This field is done. Now I'm still driving while there is liquid coming to me, because it's all downhill. The pipe could be a good 20 meters above me at the top end, so it's going to keep flowing to me, and the pipe is fairly straight, so I'm not afraid of going into a twist, but it's just going to let it all flow down to me. And rather than me stopping at the very end and then taking off the pipe and however many gallons come down to me, this way I'm kind of spreading it as I go across the field, so I don't leave a puddle at the bottom. We get this straightened out, stretched out, rolled up, and moved on to the next one. So we're just rejigging this pipe. Father Phil is walking alongside me. We're catching it in loops on the wagtail to bring the piping back to the gap which is there, and we're spreading out there next. So then we just hook to the end of the piping and stretch it out, and saves it going into the return of the head cam. I hope it's looking right. Gloves on. No, I didn't unfold my arms first because I gotta get the wagtail moved around so it doesn't get caught. I'm going to fold it out. Put this on. Right, that's on. Fold arms, spread this field. I guess Britain again. look at the view. There is just, I don't think the GoPro can catch it. The drone might caught it, but there's just some view on the hill of Bellaire. Just, it's something else. One of the things a lot of people ask, why do we come so far? To drive down here in this tractor is at least 2-hour drive, as far as we go. We've been going this far for 16 years, I think it is. We got our first umbilical system in either 2000 or 2001, so we've 20 years. We've over 20 years experience piping. We've been doing all the jobs in this area, Moat, my Vaucley, same then in Brideswell, Top McConnell. We've been doing them jobs for 15, 16, 18 years. We've been doing it for donkey's years. The people get us back every year, and we're very grateful to get us back every year. We're very, very happy that they get us back every year to do the work. It's not that there's no shortage of systems in the area. It's not that we're hungry for work and we're undercutting everyone that we're doing these jobs. It's purely down to we've been doing these jobs that long. We know the fields, we know the setups. We go in, we get it done. No frills, no trills, and job is done. And we must be doing a good job. I'm going down a bit of a steep bit here now. Just for, like, that's straight, and this is a steep bit there now. But yeah, that's why we do it. That's why we come down this far. In 4-wheel drive. Anyways, we still have two more paddocks fields to do after this. The next hill which below that hedge, and then another hill which goes from the line of trees there right down to the bottom. So yeah, they're the two hills, as I call them. You have the bunny slopes, the intermediate, and then the far side of that is the expert. That is, I've only ever done that the once, and it only ever gets done if the conditions are right. It has to be dry to stop you from sliding down it. You start at the top and you work your way to the bottom, and you can't go back up to gather the pipes. You have to go right round the roadways and back up to gather the pipes. But yeah, we'll keep going. There's the milk train going in. Still in the second paddock. So now, this field done, and we are ready now to get ready to move again. So, glad I put the drone up, because I had a wee skiff of rain and it's got very windy. Very windy. Spanners. So that, as I said before, that's the back pressure of what's in the pipe. You can see there where it's flat coming down. It's just that running over what's left of it. So we'll go up to the other end to roll up. There's Father Phil, fold up. So we won't need him. Flick that and flick that. So that switch flicks between my arms and my service, and then that switch flicks between the macerator and the reeler. Much nicer job. Under this end of the field and get this pipe rolled up. So there's liquid in that pipe, you can see by that, and it's just between there and probably there, because that's downhill. So there'll be a bit of back pressure on this now. Roll up that pipe. Get this pipe rolled up, and I'll show you what I have to do then. Then to that pipe back for that way, and then across, kind of in between them two trees, there's a bit of a low spot in the stone wall where I'll get across and I'll thread the field below me, rejig them pipes up, and then into that field that goes back up there. There's a gap between the two fields below that, but there's no gap from this field into that field, or from this field to that field, so it's across the wall I go. So that has to be done. A little bit of manual labour, but it is the quickest and best use of piping I have. it'd be quicker for me to lay through the corner than out into there, but I wouldn't have enough piping then to go right across that field to there to do that, or vice versa. So it's just always trying to make the best use of piping while being as quick as you can. Anyways, we get this pipe rolled up and we'll do that. Need to be fit at this old piping game. Whew. So we are way up on top of the hill here. So what I'm going to do now is just roll up the loose piping so I can stretch it out nice, make sure it's all good and straight. So you can see the gap there into the next field out there, which I have to do. Goes up higher than this one, but doesn't go down as far as this one. This one goes down further. But it's all nice knobbly bits of hills. The GoPro probably makes it look like a nice level field sloping downward, but there is some nice bios of hills in it. Roll up this bit of pipe and stretch it out, and then yeah, aim for the gap and then turn down this bit of a hill and then lay off, and we'll get back spreading again. So we're on the side of the hill, pipe rolled out, so we're going to dribble this because I like a bit of a challenge minding my arms on hills. Oh, and the pipe just come off. Lovely. Will I get that on now before Father Phil gets slurry to me? That's going to be a challenge now that I'm going to have to accept. Put down the camera and get it done quickly. Just in time, because there's the slurry just coming there now. You can see the pipe flexing. Whew. Actually surprised I managed that. Another lollipop. Should be there now. Yeah. And there's the slurry. We get these hills spread now, and I have company for the evening. The collie dog, the sheepdog, is going to keep me company. Anyways, we get this hill spread and we try not to slide down it. About halfway down the hill now, and yeah, it's just starting to get dark now. So plans have slightly changed. I'm pretty sure I said at the start of the video we had 4 fields to do, but the farmer wants more fields done, but he wants to get 2 or 3 paddocks grazed. So I think we're going to probably finish this field in the dark. We're going to leave it at that, and we're going to bring home the big tractor. We're going to leave this here and come back after the weekend when he has a couple more paddocks grazed, just to leave the bag empty. Oh geez, I'm going up a fair bit of a hill there now. A good bit of a climb. And we're up. Look up, we'll finish up the video when I get this field finished. We'll probably get a bit with the lights and that, but yeah, I think that'll be it. There'll be no more. This will mark the end of this field will mark the end of today's video. Might have enough lights, maybe. So, I know you can't see a whole lot because I have most of my lights turned off. Field is finished, pipes unhooked, and I'm just driving up to the gap to be picked up. And the reason I just turn off most of the lights while I'm driving across the field is that the batteries charge up, because I think there's like 27 or 28 LED lights in the tractor. And I know LEDs don't drain a lot, but when you have as many lights, it can drain the battery. So we've run up the field, or paddock, or hill, whatever you want to call it, won't do it any harm. But anyways, look, we're going to leave it at that for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Beating the band that time of the year. That is it for me. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. that is it for me. Good luck.